Hey, what is up, guys? Indy here, or Indiora if you're into using full names. And today we are going to be doing quite an interesting project. Anyway, we are going to be writing our very own text editor. Now, you can use this text editor for pretty much anything you can use a normal text editor for, like you would Notepad. Really, just anything you want. Here, like, say, just write hello, stuff like that, save, and open really anything, right? So we're just gonna don't save, there you go. So first up, you can open your Visual Studio. We're gonna make a new project. And we're gonna make sure it is a Windows Forms app. Okay, so we are going to name this Indie Text just because. It's really all I can think of currently. So we're just gonna hit desktop, go into our programs, go into our forms, and we are going to put this in the apps section because this is an application we are making. So I'm just going to hit create, and then whenever it does open, I'm going to have to restart the software with 100% scaling, and then it should open up without an issue. Okay, so now that we're in, we have our form here. Now, before we do anything, so I have this icon that I got off of Flat Icon here to put into the project, and I'm just going to go into Forms, Apps, Indie Text, right here, and we are going to create an images folder. We're just going to drop that right in there, and there we go. Okay, so now we will name this Form Text. Or actually, we're going to go with Form Editor. Okay. And then we have our background color. We can leave that for now. Our icon. We will set our icon right here. You can set your icon to whatever you want, whatever you get. Okay, so apparently I am having an issue with that. I can just get it later, no worries. Okay. And our text, we will name this Indie Text Editor V1. Okay. So we have that. Next, we're going to bring up a menu strip. So the menu strip can bring up some different options. As you can see, if I open Notepad here, this is your menu strip. That's what it's going to be. So right here, we're just going to hit Insert Standard Items, and there you have a couple things. So first up, print, we can get rid of print. We will not be printing with this. Print preview, delete that too. So we have our new open save as. That's all good. Edit, that is all good. Tools, customize, and options, we can get into that later, and we will get rid of those two. There we go. Okay, so this is just going to be a very basic editor. However, it will still function, and you can use this as if you would use Notepad. And so now that we have our menu strip, we're going to bring up a rich text box. Now, the rich text box is a very useful tool, especially whenever we're making a text editor, of course, and we are just going to make this take up as much space as it can. Okay, so the form now, we're going to go with the kind of stuff you would see in movies. So we have our background there is black, and then For the text box, we are going to set our forecolor to green. I'm going to go with the good old lawn green here. And then back color, we're going to go with black. Okay. So, if we just hit start here, we hit allow, there we go. Okay, I'm noticing that's looking a little weird there, we can fix that. However, as you can see, we can already type. Okay. So, let's see here, we are going to go with size. Now the height, we'll slowly add up onto the height. We're going to go with 435, and it will make it go lower. We can just inch that a little higher. Okay, that's not exactly working. That's fine, though. We don't need that. We can just set this for, we can just set the back color black to what it was before. And that looks completely fine. Okay. Next up for your text box, you are going to want to change the font just to make it look a little better. We're going to go with good old Calibri here. And we're going to go with a size of 16. So if we just start that up again, it's looking a little better. You can set that to whatever size you want. We're going to leave it at 16 for now. And then you're going to want to start getting into your buttons here. So we have those. However, we're going to want to set up our buttons. So new, we're just going to double click on that, open that. Now never forget your headers. So our indie text project, written in Visual Basic, written by Indie, and this was written the 19th of May. 19th of May, 2021. There we go. This is a basic GUI text editor. There we go. Okay. So, right here we have our new toolstrip menu. So, whenever you're hitting new, really all it is getting rid of the text that you had before. So, just going to write clears the text from our text box. So, actually, our text box, we're just going to give this a easier name to remember and use. We're going to go with txt main. There we go. So, going back to our code, we can just do txt main.text, or, yeah, txt main.clear. There we go. That is good enough. Now, whenever we get into our text editor, say we're just going to write, hello, I am Indie. Just going to go there, hit new, and everything's gone. Okay. Next up, we have our, click on this. That's odd, it won't open. Okay, there we go. So next up, we have our open. Okay, so we are going to need an open file dialog. You can just drag that in. And then after that, we have our save as. We can just set that as a save file dialog. So just drag that in there as well. we can get rid of the save as. Oh, sorry about that. Just delete that right there. Okay, we won't be needing the save as button, so we can just delete that. There we go. So right here we have our open. And so we're going to go edit our save file dialog first. We're going to name this indie save. Add extension true. Okay, so we have all of this stuff. Then right here in filter, we are going to want to create our file extension, say. So we're going to name this indie text files. Do that, and we are going to go with star.indie. And there we go. And then, after that, we will open up our open file dialog. We're going to name this indie open. There we go. And then filter. We're going to go grab our filter from indie save. So our filter's right here. Copy that. And go slap that right in there. There we go. Then, file, open. Opens a .indie file from a directory. There we go. So right here, we'll just have our open file dialog dot show dialog. Wait, no, not open file dialog. Sorry about that. We want our indie open dot show dialog, and then we just go into our save here. Saves a .indie file to a directory instead of from a directory. And we have indie save .show dialog. So there we go. And then after that, we want our actual dialogues to have their own code. So it starts with the open. We're going to start with indie open right here. Specifications for our file open dialog. And right here we want my. Wait, no. Yeah, okay, so opening, we're going to have our txt main dot text equals my dot computer dot file system, so it's going to save to the file system. We have read all text to simply capture all of the text. Then we have our indie open dot file name. So it's going to save the file under a name we give it, and it's going to contain all of our text. And that, since we have this filter here, it will put it in a .indie file. And then we have our save. Wait, no, not it. Yeah, save. Okay. So we need to open our dialog right here. We have our specifications for our save file dialog. So basically, opening a file right here will just take the text from our .indie file and put it into the text editor. Then right here we're going to have our save. So we're going to want my.computer.filesystem. So once again accessing the file system. Then we want to write all text. So we're going to write all of our text to a file. And then we're going to have our save file dialog, or in our case, indie save. Then we're going to have dot file name to bring up the file, of course. And then you can just set that up as our txt main.text. So it'll put the text from the file into our text. And then we're just going to slap a false right there. Okay. So, perfect. Now we have all of these done. For our exit button, we can just put in a me.close. There we go. Okay, so right here, we have button to exit the program. Perfect. So we have these set up now. Now we go into edit. So undo. We are just going to have our txt main.undo. For redo, we have our txt main.redo. These are the spots that get pretty simple. Don't forget to lock on your don't forget to do your comments. Though don't sleep on that. Don't get caught lacking. So we just have undoes the last action, and then right here, redo the last action. Okay, then we have our cut. So just txt main.cut. So whenever you're having like all of these things that just do one thing, it's still important to have your comments. However, the comments are acceptable if they're still short. Have our copy. Just have our txt main.copy. So copies text. And then our paste. Txt main.paste. We have paste text. And then right here, we'll have our txt main.text. Oh, sorry, dot select all right here. Selects all text. There we go. So now we have these buttons done right here. And help, contents, displays contents of the program. So we're just going to bring up a message box here. And we are going to have writing text, saving files, opening files, and other text-related functions, because that's really all this is going to contain for now. And then right here in our About section, displays information about the program. Okay. So we will have our good old handy message box. And actually, you know what? No, we're going to go with a message box dot show. And here we are going to have made by Indie, and VB new line, and made in 2021. Then we're going to have Indie text with a smile. Okay. That should be it for that, and then we're going to get into some testing right here. So always debug your programs as you're writing them. Promise it's going to go a lot easier. We hit about, made by Indie, made in 2021, and we have our little Indie text with a smile. And then contents, writing text, saving files, opening files, and other text-related functions, of course. Tools, we'll get into tools later. Edit, we have our cut, copy, and paste. Select all. So we're just going to write, hello, my name is Indie. Choose that, copy it. Then we are going to have undo. So to get rid of that, redo, put it back, paste that. There we go. So we have our hello, my name is Indie. Then we want to save this. We can go into our desktop. Just put test and save that. Close that. And go right here. We have our test.indie. We will open with. Look for more apps. Another app on this PC. Go to desktop. Go into our program, VB, VB forms, VB apps, Indie text, and go into your binary, debug, and then open it with our program. See, something is wrong here. Okay, I will look into that. It might be... Okay, that might be a different issue entirely. Okay, there we go. So it was just a small hiccup there. I'm not sure why it did that. Anyway, as you can see, it did work. We were able to open our .indie file with the Indie text editor, and that's going to be it for this video. We will get into the customization and options sooner or later. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Just all around help me out here so I can reach a larger audience and teach more people. So yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.